Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our first activity as the breaking news. Yes, the last few weeks have been very interesting from the perspective of diplomatic outreaches. Many high-level meetings have taken place between different power centers that are looking to mend their relations with each other. On one hand, the United States has dispatched its veteran diplomat Henry Kissinger to China to defrost ties between the two countries. On the other hand, China has also sent conciliatory signals towards India after the conclusions of a meeting between India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and China's top diplomat Wang Yi. Despite these attempts at repairing ties, one thing this is not going to change is that great power consensus is going to be an elusive reality of our times. Nothing speaks more strongly of this than US military aid $345 million approved for Taiwan last week, which brings its total commitment to the self-ruled nation to around 20 billion. A similar story is unraveling in the case of India. China, also the India-China relationship as well. This statement released by China after the Doval-Wang meet noted that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping had reached an important consensus over stabilizing ties in Bali, but New Delhi's version of the same meet lacked any reference to it. What's more is that the Indian military and also the Indian Ministry of External Affairs did clear the air about such an articulation at the G20 summit in Bali, but it also quickly clarified that any resolution on that front is firmly dependent on the situation at the LSE. Yes, in a world where there may be desires to reconcile at the level of top leaderships, the truth is that the structure is not very kind to close conciliatory notes. China's material rise is a reality, and so is the warning of the West. In such a scenario, India's consistent status as the fastest growing major economy, accompanied by a proactive foreign policy, has created an excellent window of opportunity for the country's rise in the transitory world. 7 months of the current calendar year have passed. The Prime Minister Modi has also paid visits to exactly 7 countries, including the United States and Papua New Guinea. If his US visit was a testament to the growing affirmation of India's great power status, then his visit to PNG signaled that despite a rise in a rank and power status, India continues to feel empathetic for the cause of the global south. This sentiment was also on display when India organized a Voice of Global South summit in January 2023. With this, India became the first G20 country to hear out the needs of the developing world to make it a part of the agenda of the grouping when India will organize its maiden summit in September this year. Beyond the report.